grateful that we are now in a place in society where we can actually dive deeper into race. It's at the core of everything. It's at the core of business. This past week, I was out for a run, and I'm running through the trails, and I see a woman oncoming to me. I usually wear my mask, around my ears, but keep it around my neck so that I can pull it up when I cross other people. As I'm now running, I see this woman coming, and I'm getting closer, and I see it's a blonde woman. And the thoughts that start going inside of my head, why can't she just wear a mask? Why is it so difficult to wear a mask? And as we get closer, I reach down to get my mask, and I realize I don't have my own mask on. You always believe what your mind is telling you. And so the challenge I continue to have is the narrative that I'm telling myself about other people. I spent 3 decades in corporate America. I was in the human resources function for many years. Don't cringe. I know that that's not a popular function to be in, but I spent 3 decades in it. And I was able to do quite a bit of good for people in that role. In 2012, I was taken down by my friend. And I really have done a lot of reflection and thinking over the years now about why we as women have to take each other down. And I also have paid attention to trends in my career about the impact to brown and Black people in corporate America. You can just look around. Do you, what percentage of people, brown or Black people, do you see in leadership positions? Can you count that on one hand? Why is that? Why are we now at a place where post George Floyd, we're saying Black Lives Matter? Why didn't they matter before? Do they? Do they really? What is your organization doing to address race inside of corporate America? The insight into your organization, if it is not diverse, has everything to do with the state of the heart. The heart is the core of your business. And when these issues matter, you don't have to have diversity officers or program managers or look at recruiting efforts. None of those are the issue. It's here. What stories are you telling yourself about other people? Those are important questions to answer. And so society has done a phenomenal job of portraying white people to be superior and Black people to be inferior. And it's up to us to start to tackle this perception, this heart condition, this bias, this hatred, this notion that brown and Black people are not qualified or not good enough. There is a conversation that's being had behind the scene. Let's just say there's a Black woman and a white woman and they work for the same supervisor. When that Black woman isn't around, there's whispers of things like, she sure seems angry today. Wonder what's going on with her. Those subtle seeds of doubt that are being played behind the scenes are the harvest that is coming through at performance review time. And so when you think about bonus dollars, where those dollars go, performance appraisals and ratings, who's high, who's not, all of those whispers are coming to full fruition. Trust me when I tell you, I've watched it my entire career. I don't know why we do that to each other. Beyond middle management, what is happening to brown and Black women is a direct result of white women behavior. I don't think we need to continue in this fashion that it's me or her. I think we have to start to understand we deserve to have equal access to opportunities. We're not inferior just because we don't come the same path as you. If you're deciding in a back room about, well, we have to have this and they have to have that, and your progress will never happen. Are you offended when we talk about the real issues that are happening to brown and Black people? How do you shift that? You begin to look inside. Can you be truthful with yourself about who you really are? This oppression in the workplace is a direct result of the oppressed. The people who are doing the most harm to other people are also oppressed. And the only way they know how to deal with what's happening is to oppress somebody else. What have you been taught? And you can look around at brown and black people in the workplace and you can think that they're doing just fine. Everything seems to be just fine. And I will say to you, just because they carry it well doesn't mean it isn't heavy. If you're brown or black and you're navigating corporate American organizations, I'm going to argue that you have a mask on every single day. I wore a mask for 30 years. It's a whole different day today. I am hopeful, I am scared, and I am hopeful at the same time. We are moving in a direction that we need to be in, where all of us can thrive, all of us. Many emotions inside of me today about this shift that must occur. And the shift is within us. I can't say that enough about what we must begin to do. And, the state of your heart is what is going to drive a different day for all of us. I am not who you think I am. You are who you think I am. We have a moment to create a broader movement. The way that it was has harmed people that look like me. We cannot go back, and I certainly know this is my life's work, is to help make sure that women and brown and black people, the traditional marginalization of us ceases. It's our time to rise. I am saying to the dominant culture people that it is your turn to step aside, and it is our turn to be able to rise. A tangible action that an organization or an individual can take is number one, to create opportunities for brown and black people. And when those opportunities come open, to ensure that access is given to those people. And to ask yourself the question, because I know what people think when I say something like that. They automatically think, oh, this is about promoting an unqualified person. No, it's not. And you're the one determining what's qualified. So let's talk about what happens if there's a different lens on what that looks like. That, to me, is the work that we must do. Who has helped you look at your heart? That's me. That's what I'm doing. This is an inside job. The hardest part of this work is the internal shift that we must each individually make towards each other, and that includes me. I actually had to learn to love myself and be myself, and not feel like I have to wear a mask anymore. Find ways to unarm what the people and what is happening to your people inside of your organization. When somebody speaks up, please don't retaliate. Please learn to listen to what that person is saying. What do you mean by that? What experience have you had? How has that impacted you? What can we do different? Those are the type of things that I think are effective and ways for you to begin to hear your people. So you can say Black Lives Matter, you can say all the politically correct things, because we look at the data and the data tells the truth. Do all of your people feel like they belong? What is empty can be filled. What is broken can be mended. What is divided can be multiplied. The same heart that flutters with fear can beat with excitement. And I think we have a great day today to change the trajectory of racism in our country. I think today is a day that we come together as people and that we help our brother and sister. Today is that day. I thank you so much for listening to my talk this morning and my stories about my life. My prayer is that this helps somebody